Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of EVE Online. Even though it might not look like it, we are in fact in the captain's quarters, as it were. And from here we can do pretty much all the things we can do in the hangar of the ship. So if we open up our cargo hold, and look at our drone bay, we can see that all our hobgoblins, they're all repaired now, everything's fine. In fact, I think we could probably stack them back on each other, but we don't really need to. Ship hangar, cargo hold, drone bay, fitting, ships. I was hoping that I'd be able to have a look at the items that I've got in my own cargo bay. So we check on inventory. Ah, here we go. This is exactly what I was after. So basically, what I need more money, basically, so I can afford a drone skill. So if we just look at the market here, we've got mining drones here. Here are the mining drones. Now, to operate a civilian mining drone or even a mining drone Mark 1, you need mining drone operations skill. So if we look in prerequisites, we click on mining drone operation level 1, view market details, and you'll see that the cheapest one is 39,999 interstellar credits. We can adjust this, so we can have it so it's the most expensive first, least expensive first, closest first in terms of jumps. So this one would be the closest and probably the cheapest, really. I mean, 39,999 isn't a huge difference between 40,000. So that's probably what we're going to go for. But in order to do that, I need funds. Now, if you right click on this stuff in here and click sell this item, is likely that nobody in the region is going to want to buy your crappy level 1 gear. So what you can do is you can reprocess all this stuff into the relative ores. And if we do that with everything, I have added some of the stuff that I want to my ship. But to be honest with you, the money that we get from this, I should be able to buy some pretty decent gear. Well, not decent gear, but good for the level I am. You just want to reprocess everything. In fact, I think there's a way you can do it if you do it like this. Yeah, you can reprocess loads of things at once. I don't really want to... oh, they're only cheap. We can get more if we go down that route. Core probe launcher, core scanner. All this stuff can go. I want to keep one of my salvages. We reprocess. Reprocess. There we go. And now to split the pile, I think you press control. No, maybe shift. Yeah, there you go. It's shift. So then change the stack to 1, and then we can reprocess that one salvager. I want to keep this other salvager, obviously. Now you'll notice that we've got all these delicious looking ores. Let me just clear some of this stuff out of the way. And I apologise for this TV going off in the background. Let's cover that up. Now you notice the pyrite ore, we've got loads of that. Mexalion, we've got loads of that. Isogen, not so much. Noxium, not so much. Tritanium, absolutely loads. This is like the most common component in the universe. And megasite. So what we're going to do now is we are going to sell this item, pyrite. And you notice that some of the offers are made for less than the regional average. That's just to be expected. People don't want to pay full price for it. So we're going to sell that, 32,000, bang, straight in our bank. Do the same to the rest, sell this item, 52k, bang, in the bank. So you can see that this is an easy way to make money off of the sort of shitty items you were given at the beginning of the game. And it also helps that you can sell this stuff so you can then go and get more skills, which in turn will then get you more ores, which you can then sell for more skills and stuff like that. So it's like a bit of a cycle. There we go, 36 grand. So now if we look at our journal, no, at our wallet rather, you'll see that we're actually rolling in money now. We've got 184,409 interstellar credits. So with that money, what we're going to do is we are going to buy our book that is on this station. So I've got to go through all this again because I never remember to keep the thing hot listed. Oh no, it's down here. Okay, maybe I do, but I'm just not clever enough to see it. View market details. Now this one was on the station. It's only going to cost us 40k. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a buy order. Oh, actually, if we just right click on this and then click buy this, We can choose one. It's 0.7. The price is 0.07 below the regional average. So we sometimes don't have to pay full price, even though that's a measly amount, but we'll buy it anyway. So now, if we look at our inventory, I think that's this one. I will learn these eventually. You'll notice that we've got mining drone in our inventory already. So if we open up our skill tree, open training queue, and then drag and click, or click and drag, as it is more commonly known. Drag the mining drone up to, let's say, well, we'll do it at the top. So this is only going to take 11 minutes, and we only need to get level 1 to start operating drones. So if we come back here to mining drone 1 and view market details, we'll see that there are actually quite a few in the system on the station that we're at. So what we're going to do is we are also going to buy some of those. We're just going to check our funds quickly. We've got 144k, so that's good. We can buy like 4 of these things at least. And then mining drone ones, which are a bit better than civilian models, but not by much. So 13% above regional average. I'm getting a little bit ripped off here, but that's fine. I can't really be asked to travel about, not this early on in the game, for a decent bargain. It's more when you start buying like ships and things like that you need to travel around, and you're going to be traveling around anyway because you'll be shipless, if that makes sense. Or not necessarily shipless, but you'll be changing up to another ship, so it makes sense to shop around. So now I've got 4 mining drones, which is excellent. It's a good start. Mining drone operation is being trained up, so we'll click apply on that, and that should start. So there we go. And you'll notice that the books are open, the ones that are being skill trained, so we know what ones we've half completed should we come back to them, or they get pushed off the list and we need to know which ones we've already got. So that's all good. Now, while I'm waiting for that to go, I might actually cut the video here, and we'll jump back in once we're back out in space. In fact, actually, before we go anywhere, let's just stand up and we can look at the ship in third-person mode, as it were, from below. So this is the captain's crew. You can do captain's quarters. You can do a lot down here. Pretty much everything you can do in the hangar, plus some character customizations and things like that. There you go. How cool is that? You can see your ship and all sorts. It's amazing. And you can also fiddle around with it from this panel here as well. So if you want to, let's just click on this. You can just ship's drone bay, fitting, cargo hold, etc, etc, and you can enter the ship hangar. But yeah, I'm going to let these skills develop, and I'll catch you guys back up in a bit. Okay guys, we are back in the ship. As you can see, I don't quite know where our hangar bay is from up here. Probably that down there, I guess. But what we're going to do is, before we go out on our little mining expedition, whatever we're going to do, what we need to do is we need to put the mining drones into our drone bay. So to do that, we're going to grab 4 of these guys and we're going to just put them back in the item hangar, and then in the item hangar we're going to grab our mining drone and put them in the drone bay. See how easy was that? And if we just have a quick look at my skills list, we'll go into drones and see that I've got level 4 drones, so I should now be able to use 4 in space at any one time. So it'll be 3 mining drones and 1 hobgoblin for protection. So let's go see how mining works in this game. We're going to make sure our ship hangar is empty, or our ship is empty. We've got 400 meters cubed of space, so let's undock. Such an awesome looking ship. It's not a good mining barge though, I don't think, by no means. Right, give it a few seconds to just load up to full frames. There we go. And we're going to zoom out a bit as well. Now remember, from the first couple of episodes that we did, you just right click. I love that warp around, that's brilliant. And then you click on any of these asteroid belts. We're going to go to asteroid belt 1, City of Art 3. So warp to within 0 meters. Warp drive. And the ship will align itself and travel there. And we can have our drone bay open down here, which is nice. It's important to remember to collect these guys back up when you're moving between areas, because otherwise you can lose them and you need to manually go back and get them. But I think other players can scoop them up once you leave them. So you need to be aware of what's happening with your drones at all times. So we've dropped into the system, or we've dropped into the asteroid belt, and there's a Velotor here, which means that there's a rookie player. And there is a Andre Cassell in a retriever, so he's, I think, mining as well. I think that's what that ship type is. Show info. Yeah, it looks like a mining ship. Okay. So we're in a pretty safe system for the most part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my overview to mining for now. So here we've got tons of these asteroids now floating around. And you'll notice that Veldspar, for example, is quite common. So we show the info on Veldspar. Oh, a thunderstorm approacheth my house. Excellent. We look at Veldspar and we see the sort of units and all that kind of stuff. It's a very common ore in the universe, so it's not usually worth mining it down unless you're just clearing a minefield, and we'll cover that much later. The sort of ones we want to look for are condensed scordite and condensed Veldspar, I think. Oh no, Veldspar's the common one. We want scordite and there's another one, I'm pretty sure. Oh well, for now we'll just go for the condensed scordite. So where's that? Over there? Oh no, that's Veldspar. Let's bring this out a little bit and make these a little longer. There we go, condensed scordite. Now what we want to do is we want to lock that in sight, and we'll orbit it at 1,000, a nice 1,000. And we'll reduce the size of that again. Bring it back in line. Now, on our approach, the best thing we can start doing, I guess, is release the drones. But obviously we don't want to release all of them, so the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release one hobgoblin, and I'm going to tell him to return an orbit, and then we're going to release as many mining drones as we can. So this is now telling me that I've only got the bandwidth available to have 3 of these guys out. I wonder if I can get another hobgoblin out, actually. Which drone? Okay, no. So I don't have the bandwidth for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them all to orbit, and then we're going to select the mining drone. And you can select 2 of them. Oh, whoops. What's going on? I didn't want to lock my mining drone. I think it's shift, actually. Yeah, so if you click on one of them and then click shift on the other one, I need to cancel this lock. Yeah, so click one, hold shift, click the other one, you can select 2 mining drones. And we should really get the camera, zoom it out a little bit so we can see what's going on in this system. Right, now with these 2 mining drones selected, you can right click on one of them and it affects both of them, and then you can tell it to mine repeatedly. Now what this is going to do is the drones are now going to fill up the magnate's cargo hold, and we can actually zoom in and watch them do a little bit of this. They're going to be mining that condensed scordite out for us, but you'll notice that it's not as large as some of the Veldspar and stuff, so this asteroid is likely to be depleted very quickly. So we need to be careful of that. And it will tell you on screen, it will be like this Veldite has, or this scordite has run out of, or the resource you were mining no longer contains any resources, and then your mining drones will just stop, they'll return to the bay, and then they'll be sort of idle. So, I can't see their cycle. There used to be a way you could see the drones cycle, I think, but... Oh no, here they come. Yes, no. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Obviously this goes a lot quicker, and also while we're mining, what we can actually do is we can also mine ourselves. So this is the civilian miner we took off our other ship. If we use that, you'll notice that it starts to mine as well. How cool is that? I should have really been doing that from the start, but you'll see down here that we've now got condensed scordite, which is what the drones have delivered to us. And once this mining laser down here completes a cycle, it will also drop a load of Scordite in there. I think more than the drones to begin with, but you can get like mining drones Mark II and increase buffs to them, so they become much more useful and much more valuable. And you can also get things like strip miners depending on the ship you've got and things like that, so there's a lot to consider with mining. And this is almost coming to the end of its cycle, about 2/3 of the way through. The best thing to do, really, and I would do this if I had a larger ship available to me, is to jettison this stuff out into space and then come and collect it in a much larger ship later. So say you've got one ship that's kitted out purely for mining, and then you've got a carrier. What you can do is you can go all out with the mining ship, you can clear an entire belt and just jet can the lot of it if the ship's powerful enough to do that, and then you can have your other ship come and collect it, and that way you get more money, basically. That's what you're after in EVE, is money and reputation and to forge a story and that kind of thing. So that's what it's all about. Because I was looking at the bounty boards the other day, and some of the people in there have just got ridiculous bounties, and even they're making their own story, being pirates and what have you, so it's all good. Although it might be easier for some of them if they didn't have a reputation. Right, now I'm going to wait for this last cycle on this mining laser to go through, and then with our... it's not a lot of resources, but we'll take it back to the hangar and I'll show you what you're supposed to do with it. So we're going to cancel that, and we are going to return all these guys to Drone Bay. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to return to our home system, or home station rather.
Warp drive active.
Da 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 da. And so you can see down here that we've got 1,130 units of condensed Scordite. Now you can just straight up sell this stuff unrefined, and for sometimes I think it's better to do that, because in some systems the minerals, you have to be the one responsible for refining the minerals out of the ores that you get. And if your refining skill is really low, you're not going to get as much money out of it than someone who's got high ore skill, so or an ore refining skill. So you've got to be careful with things like that. So now we're going to have a quick look, and I'm going to see if we move. You've got to move things to your item hanger first before you can sell them, and then if we right click on this and type sell this item, now we'll see that we get 26,412 just from that little mining run that we've done, and I'll tell you what I need the money for in a minute. I'm going to see what happens when we refine it. So if we refine it, we get... Ooh, easy there. We get 1,091 units of pyrite and 2,184 units of tritanium. Now, if we look at the market details for tritanium... yeah, the market value for it's not great. I might honestly just sell the ore. View market details. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to sell the ore, because I don't have enough standings and skill to be able to do this to a beneficial rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this. Where is it? Sell this item. And that's 0.30% above the regional average, so we are definitely getting a good deal there, even though it's 0.30%, but, you know. And now what I want to do is I want to go to the market. So that's fitting. This is the market. And we need to buy some more skills. So to do this, we're going to close all this junk, and we're going to go down to skills. And I think it's Spaceship Command and Galent Destroyer. So this is the one we want. If we look at it. Prerequisites. Now I've been training up a lot of my skills, and I've managed to get that. I've got 100,000 ISK now to be able to buy this skill book here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this. Yep, buy it at 20% above the regional average. So now I've got pretty much no money. 6,000. We're back to starting points, but that's fine because you need skills to make money, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. And we're going to put Galente Destroyer in there, and then now we can open it through here. So if we do... Okay, so that's Spaceship Command. We need Galente Destroyer. Let's go there. And I like leveling all my spaceship skills up to level 3. It's a nice middle ground for sort of the stuff you want to use. Obviously, we're not going to be spending a lot of time on destroyers. If we have a quick look at the destroyers, in fact. Where's the market gone? Is it that? Yes, okay, right. So, now with this, we close skills, go into ships, go down to destroyers. And we look at standard destroyers, Galent. Now, the Algos might be the one I go for. If I want a destroyer, this will be the one, because the other one hasn't got any, it hasn't got a drone bay, basically, so there's no chance of me being able to do drone play with it. So, this one's got a drone bandwidth of 35 megabits per second. It's also got a drone capacity of 60 meters cubed, which isn't huge considering the other bits and pieces you can get, but it's enough, you know. And this one's got 5 turret hardpoints and 6 high slots in total, so you can have tons of mining lasers, but that's beyond the point because the Catalyst has 8 slots from what I remember, 8 turret slots. Turret hardpoints 8, but you need to remember that if you're building a small ship for mining, you've got to take into account the size of the cargo hold. You've got to take into account the fact that the mining lasers might deplete your power quicker than your processor can recharge them. Your ship might not even be able to handle 8 turrets, even though it says it's got 8 hardpoints for them. It might not be able to handle them for another reason. You might be low on power, you might not have the CPU, there might be some other reason why it can't happen, so just bear all that in mind. While it says 8 hard points, you probably won't be able to run 8 mining lasers all at the same time unless you're really hardcore on CPU and power management and things like that. And again, the capacity of these guys isn't that great. They've got okay hit points compared to some of the other ships. Like this has only got like 400 HP, whereas the ship I'm flying's only got 400 HP, whereas this one's got 900 basic on structure. And that's not including its armour and its shield capacity. So they're all things you need to bear in mind when buying a ship. I have said that we want to go up to the Vexor, because I'm a huge fan of this ship. So if we search for Vexor, and we have a quick look at this. This is quite an expensive ship from our position at the moment, 10 million. But with mining and jet can mining and things like that, I'll slowly work up to this amount. But that's non-consequential at the moment because obviously we've got to get our Galent Destroyer up to level 3, our Cruiser up to level 1. And if we look at the attributes, this has got a drone capacity of 125 and a basic structure of 2000 HP. So it's a bit of a beast. It's going to be fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to kit it out for yet. I still know I'm going drones, but I don't know if I want to kit it out for sort of assault drones and we'll go do loads of missions and things like that, or if I want to kit it out for mining and use it as a sort of money getting horse and then work up another 10 million with that much and then kit out a Vexor for fighting. So I don't know what we'll do, but we're a little ways off from that yet. But it's a good ship. I enjoyed flying my Vexor. But I think that's going to be about it for today, guys. I hope this is sort of explaining Eve. I'm learning at the same time as sort of teaching you guys what's going on, if that makes sense. Because I used to play Eve ages ago, absolutely ages ago, and now I've come back to it and things have all changed. So I know the basics, I know what's going on. I know jet can mining probably isn't as profitable as it used to be. I'm sure there's plenty of new methods. I'm just teaching you the things I know and learning the other bits and pieces along the way. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope it doesn't sound too much like blah 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 blah. So yeah, you're taking some of it in. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next episode of EVE Online. Take it easy, all the best. Bye bye.